ever since I was a school kid. I used to wish that I could be one of the cool kids. Funny how things change, cause nowadays all the cool kids do is kick back and watch anime.
What is up, guys? It is your favorite Otaku Lotus here today, and welcome back to the Nerd Corner. And in today's video, I bring you guys a manga tag. Now, I really enjoy doing these tag videos, actually. I haven't done that many of them, but I think they're a lot of fun. I like watching them, I like making them. So, yeah, I'm glad to be on board. Shout out to the homie Apollo, by the way, for tagging me. I'll leave his link in the description down below. And also, shout out to the girl who made this. I believe her name was AloofDragons. Also, leave her link in the description down below so you guys can check out, her channel, her video, whatever, what have you. And also, I'm going to name some people at the end, of course, that I tag. But even if I don't see a name, feel free to jump in, join in on the fun. Because we're all one big, happy little family here on the YouTube anime manga community. So, yeah, spread the love, share the fun. Let's all get involved. You know how it go. Also, the intro that I played at the beginning of this video, I'm sure you all saw it, obviously. Let me know what you thought about that. It's just something that I whipped up one night for fun. Your boy was in the kitchen cooking. And, yeah, that's just what ended up happening. There's no rhyme or reason behind it. I just thought it would be fun to make. You guys know I don't usually use intros for my videos. I mean, for the Seinen industry videos, you guys know I do like the different editing and camera effects and stuff like that. But and I'm still gonna continue doing that even if I do use this intro. Like, I wouldn't use that intro for those videos. But like, as far as other videos like discussions and stuff like this, like, I might start using that. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. I think it turned out pretty nice, but I don't know if I really want to use it. Everyone that I showed it to really seemed to enjoy it. I shared it on Twitter. I got some positive feedback. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below so I can get a wider variety of opinions and thoughts on that. But with all that said, we're going to jump into this manga tag video. And the very first question is, what are you reading right now? And I actually just recently started reading the 7 Deadly Sins, and it's a lot better than I expected. And it's funny because I knew about this series for some years now, right? And I put it off. I never read it. I always ignored it. And it's funny. And if you know me, you know why I would have ignored it, because you might think the same thing. But I'm alright. I'm gonna give y'all 5 seconds to guess why I didn't want to read the manga. What put me off from reading the manga? Yeah, it's because I wasn't really a big fan of the art style, which is, if you know Lotus, that's some thing is the art style. If I don't dig the aesthetic, then yeah. And I think the volumes for 7 Deadly Sins are ugly. I think they're ugly as hell, to be honest. And that's like the main reason why I never read it. And I know there's an anime, but it just wasn't high on the priority. I always have something that I'm planning to watch, so that was never it. But the 7 Deadly Sins is actually really good. I'm glad that I finally started reading it because I'm really enjoying the manga. I read like 12 volumes so far. And I still think the volumes are ugly, but the art style has grown on me. I like the character designs and stuff, but like the volumes are still ugly. I don't actually own 7 Deadly Sins. I haven't bought any of the volumes, but I'm not reading it online. A lot of you already know that I live like real close to a Books A Million. It's like a 10-minute walk down the street. It's like a block away. And I just go there and kick it all the time. And I read, stuff. I check out the new selection. And I've been reading 7 Deadly Sins in my little corner where I kick it there. And yeah, I'm really digging it. As for stuff that I'm actually buying and I actually own and I'm collecting and actually supporting the industry with, we have Livingstone, which I read the first volume of, and I'm just waiting to collect more of it before I read it, of course, because there's 4 volumes and I only have the first one. Then we have Platinum Man, which is a series that I'm really enjoying, but it's far and few between as far as volume releases go. It's a monthly series. It's not that far ahead, so the next volume doesn't come out till February. I believe it's in February, and then the next volume after that won't come out till like June or something. So then we also have Twin Star Exorcist, which there's 6 volumes out right now. The 7th volume comes out in January, and I like the series a lot. I'm reading it whenever I pick up the volumes, but again, far and few between. So, and we also have Fire Force, which I just recently picked up, and it's by the same creator as Soul Eater, which I really dig. I can definitely see it because it's got a similar sense of humor, similar art style as well. And I'm really liking this first volume. Like, I liked it a lot, and I'm looking forward to more. But again, it's far and few between. I don't even know when the next volume comes out. It's probably not for a few months though. So yeah. These are all series that I'm reading, but I can only read them as fast as the volumes come out. Next up, question is, what is your guilty pleasure manga? And I don't have one. Like, I'm not guilty or ashamed of anything that I read. Your boy is very comfortable with who he is as a person. Got some high self-esteem. I'm very confident. I'm not ashamed of anything about myself. So anything that I read that I like, I'm not ashamed to admit it. Like, I haven't read Sword Art Online, but I like the Sword Art Online anime. I like Fairy Tail. I like Naruto. I like all the series that people love to hate on, and I hate some of the series that some people love. So it is what it is. What does that say about me as a person and my taste in anime and manga? I'll let you decide, but I'm not afraid to admit anything that I'm into, so I don't really have a guilty pleasure. Even if it was like some ecchi harem stuff, which I do have some ecchi harem series that I like. As far as anime goes, I haven't. The only one that I've read that you consider like that is like High School of the Dead when it comes to manga. But you know, High School of the Dead is fucking amazing. I don't care what anybody says. I ain't give a shit if you think that shit. Boy, you crazy if you think High School of the Dead is whack. But yeah, anime and manga is both though for that. I ain't afraid to admit that. Next question is, have you ever cried while reading a manga? Do you remember which volume? And no, I have not. No anime or manga has ever made me cry. However, I'll say the series that had the most emotional impact on me, well, anime-wise, it was Anohana, but that series didn't make me cry. But when it comes to manga, it would be Seinen. Seinen is a beautiful, beautiful series. I love it. I love it. I love it. And it just gave me chills, like multiple times while reading it. Just gave me goosebumps, and it made me feel really, really good at the end. And like, it didn't make me want to cry, but that's when it probably moved me the most emotionally, and just had the biggest impact on me, and just made me sit there and contemplate life afterward. And I was just like, damn, I like that. I like that. So yeah, probably Solana would be the closest, but no series has ever made me cry. Silent Voice was also a very beautiful series though, and that one didn't make me want to cry either, but there were some sad moments in that. But yeah. Next question is, what is a manga you like in a genre you don't normally ever read? And again, there isn't one, because like there's no genre that like the only genres that I don't usually read are genres that I just haven't gotten around to checking out yet. I mean, like I mostly read a lot of battle shonen series, so like I've read a lot of action, adventure, fantasy, supernatural and stuff, but I've also read some slice of life and some romance and stuff, and I like it all. So there's not really, I'd say, a genre that I don't usually read. If I don't usually read it, it's just because I haven't gotten to it yet. So like yaoi, yuri, well, I don't intend on ever reading any yaoi, so nix that off the list. Though your boy's not opposed to some yuri. But yeah, like I don't really have a series that I've read. It's like from a genre I don't usually read that I actually end up liking. But hey, maybe one day your boy will read a yaoi. Don't count on it, and maybe I'll like it. But I don't see that in the foreseeable future. Next question is, pick seinen, shoujo, or shonen. I guess this is asking me to pick my favorite demographic. Which, by the way, how come niggas act like josei doesn't exist? Like I know it's not that popular, right? But people just completely discard it as if josei is not a demographic. You got shoujo and shonen, which is for boys and girls. You got josei and seinen, which is for men and women. Like we'll flip around women and men respectively. But yeah, I know it's not that popular. There's not a ton of josei titles out there, but people just act like that demographic doesn't exist at all. I don't get it. But when it comes down to picking, which one I prefer, I don't have a preference. If I had to pick one, to have, I guess I would say. I can't even say that. Like, here's the thing, right? I don't have a favorite demographic among the four, but the majority of the stuff that I've read and the majority of the stuff that I own is shonen. But like, I think I own some seinen series, but I couldn't even tell you if they are seinen or not, because the only demographics I know by looking at the series is if they have a little shonen jump circle on the spine. That's the only ones that I know for a fact are shonen. Other than that, like I don't know if it's a shonen or a shoujo, or I know for a fact I don't own any shoujo, but like I don't know which ones are seinen because I don't care to know per se. Like I don't really look into the demographic or something. Like that doesn't influence me on whether or not like I think I'll like it or if I want to own it or read it or anything like that. So I guess if I had to pick, I'll say shonen just because it's what I mostly read and own, but like I don't necessarily like it more than I like seinen. So I think All You Need Is Kills is seinen. I think Solanon's a seinen. I think this new series over here that I just picked up is a seinen, even though I don't want to go into spoilers, but and then yeah, I think I got a couple other seinens in here, but like I'm not sure if they are or not. I don't really care. Next question is, what is your favorite manga world and why? Probably Dragon Ball. I was gonna say Naruto at first, but here's the thing with Dragon Ball. The reason why I picked Dragon Ball over Naruto because they both have like cool abilities and powers, and like you train and you fight and all that good stuff, and that's all a lot of fun. That's really dope to me. And then you got like ninjas and swordsmen, and you got like powers and stuff in here, and you can be able to fly and all like that. So the things that won over Dragon Ball for me is the fact that it's seemingly anybody can learn how to fly as long as they learn how to control their ki, which shouldn't be that hard to do. I've seen the Gohan and Videl scene. I'll figure it out. And then also, I know what the afterworld's like. Like I know what happens when you die in Dragon Ball. You either go to hell or you go to other world. Neither of which seems that bad, to be honest. I mean, hey, I don't think dying's that bad in Dragon Ball. Plus, there's always a possibility of being brought back. granted, there's the possibility of just casually sitting at your crib one day, listening to some music, watching some YouTube videos, and then just getting blown to smithereens out of nowhere because somebody just decided to blow up the planet. But again, it's not that bad because the afterlife isn't that bad. And then there's a chance you might be brought back with the Dragon Balls. So I gotta go with Dragon Ball. I mean, you can learn to fly. There's all these cool powers and stuff. They got some really amazing technology. The food in Dragon Ball looks amazing. I can learn to train and get stronger and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Dragon Ball. And the next question is most underrated series that you own. And this one, definitely got to give it to Shaman King, because I have never seen anybody else on YouTube that owns all 32 volumes of the series. I'm the only person I've ever seen on YouTube. Maybe there's somebody out there and I've missed it, but I'm the only person I've ever seen on YouTube that owns all 32 volumes of this series. So it's got to be the most underrated one that I own. It's funny because when I was, a little bit younger, like several years ago, I thought, this was like one of those series that like people know about, like they watched it back in the day, just like they watched Kenshin, Hakusho, Dragon Ball, Naruto, stuff like that. But it turns out that's not the case. Apparently, very few people actually know about this, and the few that have, they probably haven't read it or watched it. And I recommend it because I think it's pretty good. I'm not gonna have it up to be this amazing top tier battle shonen done right, and it's, well, I've said it about other series, but my point is, like, I don't want to hype this up to be something amazing and it's something that you should definitely check it out. I think you should, because I do think it's really good. But it's a battle shonen like any other. It's got some unique qualities, and it's battle shonen done well. Of course, I wouldn't recommend it if it was bad. But I really like it. I think it's great. I've seen very, very, very few people ever pick it up, and I've seen nobody ever that owns the entire series. So maybe that speaks volumes about the fact that a lot of people don't enjoy it. Maybe just because not enough people have given it a chance. But I like it. I like it a lot, and I would recommend it. And I've said before that one day I want to do a video about this series, and eventually I will. I just haven't gotten around to doing that yet. But yeah, Shaman King, definitely the most underrated title in my collection, and I recommend it to anybody who's never checked out. It's about a young boy here named Yasakura. He's a shaman. Basically, he can talk with spirits and stuff. And it starts off a little episodic where he's just like, okay, he's helping the spirit do this and helping the spirit do that, and then eventually it turns more into a battle shonen. Like within like the second volume, it transitions a little bit more, and it becomes like he fights alongside spirits, and then there's like this whole big shaman tournament where he's fighting to become like the next Shaman King. That's the title. And all that good stuff. And like I said, I don't want to get into any spoilers, but it's battle shonen. It's about a boy who basically fights with the powers of ghosts and stuff like that. And his main spirit was like his ally is like this 600-year-old samurai named Minamaru, and it's all really, really dope to me. And I like the series a lot. Definitely underrated. Definitely check it out. And then the next question is, what is a series that you don't own but want the most in your collection / want to start collecting? And this is something that I hadn't really thought about, because like, when I set out to start collecting manga, like I only wanted stuff in my collection that like I really, really want to own, stuff that like I already grew up with and knew about. So like when I started collecting manga, my goals were to get Shaman King, Dragon Ball, Naruto, Yu Yu Hakusho, Rurouni Kenshin, stuff like that. Like stuff that I watched and read back in the day when I was younger, stuff I watched on Toonami, stuff I read back on like One Manga back in the day. Throwback, yo, if you remember One Manga, you that nigga, because One Manga was my spot. Granted, y'all know I'm all about supporting the industry now, sustaining the industry. I buy all my manga. I don't read scans anymore. Like, I don't even like reading manga digitally at all. Like I gotta have the physical books, and like I pay for Crunchyroll and stuff like that. So yeah, your boy don't read scans no more. But back in the day when I was younger, One Manga was the shit. Oh my god, that was my spot. I don't even think it exists anymore, but I was on there like daily back in the day. Yeah, when I started collecting. I'm getting way off topic. But when I started collecting, I was setting out to collect what I consider the classics, stuff from my childhood, and then it evolved into more and more. And for the most part, I'm very selective about what I buy. But one series that I've been thinking about finally getting into is Noragami, and I'm not going to buy it anytime soon, but I'm going to start reading it because you guys know, like I said before, I was close to a book's a million, so there's nothing for me to go down there and start reading some of the volumes to see how much I like it. And if I do really start enjoying it, if I like it more than I like the anime, I might start picking that up. So it's probably the series that I'm going to buy. I really would love to have the Code Geass manga, but that's out of print. It's hard to find. It's expensive. It's hard to get a hold of. It's a little different from the anime, from what I understand. Like for one, there's no nightmares in the Code Geass manga, but that's something that I'd like to own. Yeah, those are really it, honestly, that I can think of off the top of my head. And the next question is, do you have a manga with a favorite spine aesthetic? And for me, that would probably have to be either Slam Dunk or Shaman King or maybe even Yu Yu Hakusho, but I don't want to grab one of those volumes because it's under some other volumes, and it's too much work, too much effort right now. But and honestly, you know what? I just realized that I'm actually wearing my Shaman King necklace right now. It's actually the same necklace Yasakura is wearing. It's like his necklace he wears throughout the entire series. It's a little bear claw necklace. It's tight, ain't it? I know it was dope, right? But yeah, Slam Dunk, Shaman King Yu Hakusho. The thing I like about these spines is the fact like all the spines they have different alternating colors for the title, which I think looks really really nice. Same goes for like Hunter x Hunter, and I'm sure there's other series out there that do it. But yeah, it's funny because there's a lot of series out there like Dragon Ball, Vagabond, Seven Deadly Sins that have like one picture that goes across the entirety of like all the spines, like you line them up in this one big long picture, and that's really dope. And I do actually like that a lot. But I don't know, something about the bright, spontaneous colors and alternating, tones on the volumes of the spines of series like Hakusho and Kenshin, or not Kenshin, but Slam Dunk and Shaman King and Hunter x Hunter. I just like it a lot. And it's funny because, when it comes to like the way I dress, like I wear a lot of very dark and muted colors. Like I wear whites, blacks, grays, dark greens, burgundy, and like that's like my style. But like when it comes to, art, I like, very bright, vivid colors and contrast and stuff like that. So yeah, I think I like these types of spines the best, where like it alternates colors, and if I haven't already, I'll have some B-roll going at this moment if I haven't already, so you guys can see like what I'm talking about. I just think it looks really really good when they're all side by side or stacked up or whatever. And the final question, I believe, is unread series on your shelf that you're most looking forward to reading. And for me, that is Your Lie in April. This is one of my favorite anime, and this is another one of those anime that like made me very emotional. It didn't make me cry because no anime has, but this is probably second behind Anohana when it comes to series that came close to making me cry. It didn't come as close as Anohana did, but this is a beautiful series, one of my favorites. Absolutely amazing soundtrack, and I've been collecting the manga volumes throughout the year, and I believe the final volume is out in a few days. I have 2 volumes to go. I have up to volume 9, I believe, and I need volumes 10 and 11. Which I will be picking up soon, and then I'll be binging the series, and I'm really, really looking forward to reading it. I'm sure I'm going to absolutely love it because I think the anime is amazing. It's a masterpiece in my opinion, and yeah, I can't wait to get into this. So I think this is the only series in my collection that like I haven't really read anything at all of. Like I haven't read a single chapter or volume of this manga, and I think it's the only series in my collection that I have not done that with, because it's something special, and it deserves to be treated in a certain way, and I want to be able to read it from start to finish without interruption. So yeah. So now I gotta tag some people, and the people I'm gonna tag are the homie Memory. I'm gonna tag the homie Jordan, this kid named Jack. I'll tag Lavix, Manga Hoarder. I'm gonna shoot for the stars, right? I'm gonna name some bigger people. I'm gonna tag motherfucking James Hansen, Forever World, goddamn Tekken 101. Who knows if I can get any of these guys to respond? I mean, if I got NZ Anime Manga to respond and he's got over 20,000 subs, I think I can get James Hansen. And if I can get James Hansen and he's tight with Forever World, maybe I can get Forever World. And if I can get Forever World, I can get anybody to participate. So you know what? Fucking, I'm shooting for the stars on this one, alright? Yeah, Memory, Lavix, Jordan, Manga Hoarder, and then I'm gonna go for some bigger people. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna tag Forever World and James Hansen and Tekken 101 and yeah, we'll see if I can get any of those 3 guys to respond. That'd be tight. Yeah, we'll see if that works. But that's it. Hit this video like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. See you guys. Stay tuned for all the content I'm bringing you with all the big sets. Pretty much all I have today. And we'll catch you guys next time. Later.